Hey guys, Nick Delaberto coming at you, creator of PreteenMinistry.net, and I'm going to share a story of when I was a preteen and I got bullied. But before I go into the story, let me give you a little background on what I looked like and who I was as an 11-year-old, okay? I had this horrible mop hairdo that was like this thing that just looked like a mop all over my head. Okay, not the coolest hairdo in the world as an 11-year-old. I had these big glasses that were like way too big for my head, okay? And to make things worse, in the 80s when I was young, they were tinted, okay? Not very cool, for an 11-year-old. And they were super thick. They were like these huge, thick glasses. I had braces that covered my face, and I was this skinny, scrawny little kid, okay? So I was a prime candidate for a bully to, attack me. And I got bullied a lot as an 11-year-old, okay? And made fun of a lot. And I remember this one time we were outside at recess, and all of the kids came inside because recess was over. And when recess was over, it was kind of like I was dragging my heels and I was going. I was one of the last kids to leave. And my class and the teacher were all ahead. And then I kind of looked behind me and there was this bully, and I forget his name, but he just started pushing me and calling me names and cursing at me and all this stuff, right? And I was really getting scared. And then he had a friend, and that friend was right next to him. So they were kind of cornering me against a wall, and I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't really think at all. So I just freaked out. The first thing that came to my mind was to drop my pants, drop my underwear, and whoosh, I peed on him. Yeah, I peed on him. And as soon as I did, the pee got all over him. He's like, ah! He's like, dude, you're crazy. And he ran off with his friend and put my pants back on. I was like, don't ever mess with me again. Now, what I also remember about this incident is, I went to the principal's office, and at the time, I was going to a Catholic school, right? And it was very strict, and I had the sister who was the principal, and her name was Sister Agnes, right? And she got a paddle, okay? She got a paddle and paddled me on the butt, right? Okay, I was like, Sister Agnes is paddling me. I'm so bad. And I ended up finally getting back to the class, right? And everybody knew about it in my entire class, right? Even the little pee boy who had pee all over him, he didn't know what to do. I don't even know what happened to him. I don't even remember, so long ago. And I remember right when I got back to the class, we had uniforms, right? And in order, there was this strict rule where you had to keep your uniform, your shirt tucked in. That was a requirement or you'll get in trouble. So I didn't want to get in trouble, right? And I stood up and kind of undid my belt to tuck in my, my shirt. And then all of a sudden, one of my classmates looked at it and said, oh no, Nikki's going to do it again. Take cover. Boom. And all the heads went down in the class. And I'm like, I'm just tucking my shirt in. Now, here's the deal. I share that story with you not because that is the best way to handle a bullying situation, right? But I share that story because the preteens in your ministry, they are being bullied. And it could be full-on bully, really verbal abuse and physical abuse, or it could just be something as simple as being made fun of. So there's different levels of being bullied. But the truth is that all of the preteens in your ministry at some point have been bullied, right? Or maybe they're the ones that are bullying. So if there is this bullying issue going on, how do you handle it? Now, obviously, what I did is not the best thing to do, but it's a good reflection of how preteens just don't think. A thought comes in their mind and they do it. And when it comes to bullying, a lot of times they'll get themselves in trouble just by either accepting the abuse or retaliating. So we've created this short little lesson with an opening game to help you help your students with this bullying issue? And how do you approach it like Jesus would? That's what we'll talk about. It's in the morning. I'm going to enjoy a nice cup of coffee. You enjoy the lesson. Take it easy.